Okay, this is Everby Spooky Girl, and I'm doing my exercises and my prayers that I do every morning, and so I wanted to make this video, and this video is going to be about gays and God and some other stuff, a little bit of other stuff. Um, yeah, this subject is very, very dear to me, and I almost like this topic as much as I do my paranormal stuff. But yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit about gays and religion and God. I want to talk a little bit about that. And again, some religions, you know what I'm saying? You gonna burn in hell if you gay. Just hell, hell, hell. They threaten you with hell. You're gonna burn in hell. These are godly, good people. Just threatening, intimidating people with hell and burning in hell. That's all they know. And even if somebody is headed that way or believes in that, it's nobody's right to threaten, intimidate, manipulate, coerce, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna burn in hell, so what? I don't need you yelling that at me every Sunday. But anyway, so I'm not gay. So that's not why we're talking about this. But when I was younger, I used to believe all that stuff. Gays are demons and blah, blah, blah and stuff. And, straight people are demonic too. Demons don't care about your sexuality and your gender. And, if you want to sleep with a pig, a horse, or a man or a girl, demons don't care. Has nothing to do with that. They'll take anybody. They're equal opportunity demons, So that's just ridiculous that, all gays are demonic. I've met some very nice gay people. I lived next door to one for years. That being said, again, I used to believe that. I used to believe all that, gays, they're going to burn in hell and stuff. But as I got older, I started seeing that something was wrong with that, And again, this channel, these are just my opinions, People can share theirs too if they want to. But these are just my opinions. As I got older, I started seeing, and meeting people that were different or, their sexuality was different. And they weren't mean people like I had been told. So that's right. The same people that told you right from wrong, don't touch that. That's hot. Don't do this, don't do that. We're the same. Some of the same people teaching you some of the wrong stuff. Period. Just because they were your ancestors don't mean they were always right. You like to think that though. We want to think that. But when you religious people don't like change. And they profess to know God so well, but they don't accept the fact that God can make changes and God can do what he want to do. They don't accept that. No, it's this way, it's that way. God would never, and see, that's where they mess up at. But you can't tell them this because they'll beat you with that Bible. You can't tell them this. God would never. This is the way, it's fanatic. It's weird. And, it's God. He can do what he want to. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to like it. He God. That's what they don't understand. So let's talk about this gay stuff. Because I gave this a whole lot of thought. And I said, you got babies that are born with missing limbs and different type of defects, missing legs, just different type of stuff. Half brain and just different little stuff, But nobody wants to believe that, those accidents or whatever reason, if it's medical, if it's God intervention, if it's demonic, nobody wants to believe, whoever you blame it on, whatever you blame it on, nobody wants to believe that a man can accidentally be put into a woman's body or vice versa, a woman in a man's body. Nobody wants to believe that. You got people walking around here, one body and two heads. I'm sure nice people, but what I'm saying is, if that can happen, why can't this happen? Then you'll have people going, yeah, because I did this video with my face. I want to look at people when I did it. Again, a lot of those religious fanatics, when they see people with two heads or, messed up babies, babies that's missing stuff or, deformed and stuff. Same people that's threaten you with hell every Sunday. These same people will tell you, or tell that retarded baby or the mother or the deformed baby or whatever, God don't make no mistakes. Your baby is beautiful. Now listen to this, because this is going to be important later, where they contradicting themselves. God don't make no mistakes. That's what people would say to a deformed child. God ain't make no mistake. Ain't nothing wrong with that baby. This is a baby with two heads, one body and two heads. Whatever reason, demons, God, the mama drank the acid, whatever reason, that's fine. That's fine, a person with two heads. That's okay. One body and two heads. Pay attention now. Babies stuck together, just all kind of deformities. Google it. But it's just impossible for a woman to be born in a man's body or a man in a woman's body. That can't happen. Two heads can happen. Two heads on one body. Born with a half a body. Born stuck together. All that can happen. The deformities is unlimited. But a man in a woman's body, a woman in a man's body, that can't happen. And I had a religious person tell me. I said, when you got a child that's 2 years old, maybe one, and somebody is talking to the child's mother, interviewing the child's mother about, because the child done grew up to be gay, different. And somebody is asking them questions about the child. And the mother will say, just the mother, ever since he or she could walk, they were like that, This is a child that hasn't had no influence. Don't got uncles running around in dresses and brothers and stuff, Nice, solid family. Let's just, hypothetically. So, too little to have any type of influence. But let's just say that influence ain't around that child. This is what you would call a wholesome household. And the mother is telling somebody, no, when he started walking, he didn't want to play with the cars. He went straight to the dials. He just, no influence from, ain't no gay people around for miles. And this is a baby that's been like this. Now, I will say that I don't believe all gays to be their story or their situation. I believe there can be, other influences that can influence this lifestyle. But do I believe that the wrong sex can be born into the wrong body? Yes, I believe that. Once, yes. It doesn't matter. It could be a form of, deformity, just like the two-headed baby. It could be exactly the same thing. But religious people don't want to believe that. God wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, they're the same people that say that baby is beautiful. That baby with the two heads, that's a beautiful baby. God don't make mistakes. But this man that think he's been mistakenly put into a woman's body that's been playing with dolls since he was 1 or 2. Too young to be influenced and didn't have the influence. You know what I'm saying? That can't happen to him. And I wanted to touch on this subject because this subject is very dear to me. You know, you don't know what God want to do. You don't know what God will do. You just know what he have done and have done for you and have done in the past. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous for people to think that God can't change his mind and switch his game up the way he do things. That's ridiculous to me. Maybe he don't want to do it like this no more. Maybe he don't want to do it like that no more. Maybe he doing it similar, but he added a few different touches to it. You know, religious people don't want to hear that. This is the way. They don't want to hear that. You know, this is God. He can switch it up if he want to. You telling me God can't switch it up. That's what you're saying. If he want to change his mind and do something different, he can't do it. For whatever reason, you know, God, if you want to believe like cancer and different little stuff, you know what I'm saying, and situations are given to people, specific people for specific reasons. If you want to believe that, for whatever reason, you don't really question God. You know, it's the human nature to want to. You know, we're curious about things. Why me? Why this? You know what I'm saying? But in reality, I was taught you don't question God. I was taught that. So, the same reason why God don't make mistakes and you got that two-headed baby is probably why you got this man in a woman's body. Again, I say that's not all gays' story. You know, some of them might be lying saying they were born like that, you know, but I'm talking about the real stuff. A little baby playing with a doll instead of a car and liking that kind of stuff, the girly stuff. You have no explanation for it, but some type of intervention. You know, something that happened in the womb. You telling me a baby can be born with two heads or two babies can be stuck together, but it can't get mixed up like that? You know, basically you limiting God into what he can do. Now, the reason why he doing it, I don't know. You know, maybe he's, I'm regular. I got a few health problems, but I'm living my life journey. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, I would think, okay, this is a challenge. Life is a challenge for a regular person, you know. But when you got somebody with two heads or they stuck to another person or, you know, it's a man and, you know, he feel like he in the wrong body, that's a whole different challenge. That's a whole different challenge than, you know, we struggling to pay our bills. That's a whole different challenge. And you don't know if that's real or not, or made up or not. You don't know what God decided he wanted to do. But because of, you know, beliefs, he wouldn't do that, you know. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, just because, and this is just my belief. He took a man and put a man in a woman's body. Maybe, you know, God knows everything. But again, the free will. You get what I'm saying? You could change your path. So just because you in the wrong body, will you be a nasty, evil person? Maybe that's what it's about. Or, you know, can you live, can you live decent? Can you treat people the same? Can you still love people? You know, can you love yourself? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? The same challenge as somebody with cancer. The same challenge as me being stuck to a whole nother human. How can I be like the normal lady across the street? Can I be like the normal man down the street? You know, I got a whole nother human stuck to me. Can I love the same way? Can I treat people nice? Or am I just going to be mean because I'm like this? With cancer, do you just be mean about it? Do you just, you know what I'm saying? Or can you still love? So this is my thoughts on that. You know what I'm saying? That some religious people just don't, they put God in a little box. You know what I'm saying? And limit him to me. You know what I'm saying? Don't say what God won't and can't do. And then don't try to figure out why he did it. Period. That's it. I had a lady tell me when we talked about the baby, she actually told me it's a demon spirit on the baby. Again, with the religion. A demon spirit on the 1-year-old. That's doing girl stuff. A 1-year-old boy that's doing girl stuff, a demon spirit. Yeah. I mean, I just kind of looked at her. I was speechless and just stopped even having a conversation. But, again, like I say, I know some people's social background can influence things like that, lifestyle and stuff. But in situations where you have a mother explaining that child has been like that since they were a baby, there's no outside influences, they wasn't around that type of stuff. They didn't have that kind of stuff around that baby. And, you know what I'm saying? You got a 1-year-old, when they start to walk, don't want that car. He's a boy. He wants to play with the doll and comb the doll's hair and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's something else that religious people can't explain. And when they can't explain it, it's demonic. That's they safe place. That's their safe place. Demonic. When I start showing my orbs to some people, that's religious, demonic. Now some of them stop even speaking to me, looked at me like I was crazy. It's demonic. Whatever they don't understand and can't explain, demons. It's demons. And I'll be fair and say, probably a lot of stuff, 70% of that stuff is demonic. I'm going to be fair with the religious people, but just because you don't understand something doesn't make it demonic. I've been seeing them orbs for years. I ain't never had no serious health problems for real. When they were coming around me, my furniture don't move at night. My cabinets don't open and close. I don't have that kind of stuff going on. I just see them for whatever reason. They're around me. I've been told it's energy. I've got protection. It's spiritual. I've been told all kinds of stuff. Again, I don't really know what is going on, and I don't profess to know things. You know what I'm saying? Like that's demonic. That's evil. Like a lady told me that about a 1-year-old. Can 1-year-olds be possessed? Probably. Again, I try to be fair. I'm not trying to dispute these things, but I'm just saying how that's religious people's fault. That's their safe place. Everything is demonic. Everything they don't understand or they don't like is demonic. It's demonic. And they're not trying to understand it. Again, when I was showing my orbs to people were, I had people that looked at me weird. And I promise y'all, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't sit here and, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that kind of, I'm a regular, normal person. You know what I'm saying? I work. I eat the same foods. You know what I'm saying? There is nothing demonic about me. You know what I'm saying? But, and nothing demonic really happens to me. But, these orbs I've been seeing forever, people want to say that, some people want to say they're demonic. So I guess the demons is just following me around, according to some people. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't making noise in my house at night. I've been in 2-3 different houses. They not making my life horrible or none of that. They just looking at me. Now, if you know anything about demons or the rumors or the history, they want to cause havoc. They ain't just watching you because they got time to waste. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made me believe. Of course, could it be something bad? There's a possibility. But that's what made believe me is probably not made me believe, because it's just energy. Could be spiritual guys looking in on me. I don't know. But I would think demons follow me around this long. I'm kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? I mean, ain't nothing happening. You get what I'm saying? There's nothing happening. That's like a guy trying to date me. You know what I'm saying? I already know ain't nothing happening. Just like with the demons. You know what I'm saying? If ain't nothing happening, if you followed me around, oh well, you're going to be very disappointed. I ain't perfect, but I'm not into that. So I just wanted to touch bases on that. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous that a lot of religious people, when they don't understand stuff, everything is demonic. And you're going to hell. Don't forget that. You're going to hell. Everybody going to burn in hell. Remember that. I personally don't think, because God knows your heart. And maybe if you're a man in a woman's body, it's just your life journey. It's yours. Can't nobody speak on that. Nobody knows. Can't nobody speak on that. You know what I'm saying? It's your journey. Let's see what you're going to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be evil and funky and mad because of, or, you're going to do it right. Can't nobody speak on that, because God knows your heart. And I truly believe that He not going to throw a totally good-hearted person away because, He's the one that set everything in motion. Let's just say that. There are good gay people out here. You know what I'm saying? And you can have a gay person that's just been like that and had those feelings since they were born. No influence. No influence. Understand this. Just so they can remember. No uncle touching them or weird stuff going on. And they ain't even act on it. They good-hearted. They go to church. They donate things. And they just been living their life what God would smile down on. And they ain't never even acted on the gay impulses or emotions. They never acted on it. And religious people want you to believe that God just gonna send that person to hell. You get what I'm saying? They're not trying, they glazing over the fact that this person is like this without no social influence. You get what I'm saying? Without no type of influence, just from a baby. And you just was been feeling gay since you was a baby. But you ain't never did nothing about it. You've never did anything about it. You ain't never touched another man, you just was born with them feelings since you could remember, but you ain't never acted on it. But you gonna burn in hell. That's what them religious people want you to believe. You still gonna burn in hell. This ain't even no fault of your own that you feeling this way. Even when you try to correct it to what society want, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't work. It don't work. It just make you miserable. And we all know God want us happy, because if you're not happy with yourself, inside yourself, content, you can't make nobody else happy. It's impossible. You are what you put out. You get what I'm saying? You are your energy. So you can't, you know what I'm saying? And this is why I think a lot of them just come out and they try to be comfortable, because it's probably not so comfortable living like that. Just like the two-headed baby and the two people stuck together and born without no arms and legs. You know what I'm saying? You take what you get and you do your best with it. You know what I'm saying? So for those of you who running around talking about that two-headed baby is beautiful, God don't make no mistakes. But a man in a woman's body, God wouldn't do that. Because you know what God would do. Based on history. And God can't change his mind. He can't change his mind. He don't have the right to or change his moves. Let's say his moves. If he want to move a little different, you know what I'm saying? God wouldn't do that. He won't do that. You don't know that. You don't know that. Because the reason why religious people don't want to answer it, because they don't have an answer for it. You can't say in the same sentence that God made this, this is God's creation, we are God's creation. Well, that mean the gays is too. And then they want to go back to the Bible. Well, man and woman or whatever, this what he, nobody said anything about them procreating, or, populating, because obviously they can't. You get what I'm saying? So it's probably not about that. It may be just about how you going to deal with this. Just like you would cancer. Just like you would be born with no arms and no legs. Let's see how this person going to deal with this. It may be just about that. It probably ain't about go have sex. Y'all can't have kids. Y'all two can't have kids. Y'all can't do this and that. It's probably not about that. That's probably not even what it's about. So that's where they fall back on that Bible again. Well, man and man can't have kids. Women, yeah, we get that. But maybe that's not why it was done. Maybe that's not what it was about. It's obvious, two same sexes can't have kids. That's obvious. But that don't mean God still didn't do that. He didn't mean for them to have kids. But see, they don't have no answer. You get what I'm saying? So it's demonic. Because if you say, God put that man in that woman's body, then other questions come up. Well, why would he do that? Religious people can't answer that. They can't answer that. So they just dismiss it. It's evil and God didn't do it. Because if you say God did it, then, the next question comes. Why would he do that? Why would he make a baby with two heads? You say he'll do that, but he won't do this. You get what I'm saying? It makes no sense. And they can call it evil, nasty, whatever, all they want. And I said, this don't apply to all gay, homosexual, bisexual. This don't apply to all of their stories. I'm talking about that little baby. And they just don't have no answer for that. So when they don't have answers for something, it's demonic, and they go back to that Bible. They do not accept the fact that God can switch things up. It's God. And that, to me, is kind of disrespectful coming from religious people. But you can't tell them that. It's disrespectful to limit God. You don't need to understand why he do everything. You here to please him. And do what you do. And live your life right. He ain't got to explain nothing to us. And just because you believe, don't make it so. It don't make it so. Just like everything I say is not fact. It's just opinion. Yours ain't neither. You understand what I'm saying? So, when you got them people talking about, they fall back on that Bible, and they fall back on, that's their safe place. A lot of that stuff in that Bible is strange too. Sound like alien stuff. And that's just me. But, religion is, you know what I'm saying? It's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing that people represent God like that and try to go out here and save other people. But it's really, really not 100% necessary. You get what I'm saying? Because we were born with emotions. You were born with feelings. You know what I'm saying? You know right from wrong without that church. So, again, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying. Don't think that you can't live a productive life and God won't appreciate you for doing good things, everything, just because you don't go in a certain building. Because the building is only what the people make it again. I said that in my last video. Don't nobody want to define church. They just want to say church. It's just a word. You know what I'm saying? It's about the energy in the structure. That's what it's about. The energy that resides in that structure. And I just wanted to touch bases on that. That because you don't understand things, don't make it automatically evil. You know what I'm saying? It's not in the Bible. So it's not possible. And to me, that's disrespectful to God to limit him. You know what I'm saying? Don't force people for your beliefs. Just, you know what I'm saying? Do right. You know what I'm saying? Don't kill people. Don't steal. Don't cheat. Get it together and, do that. Stop. Don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to threaten people. If your next door neighbor or, your cousin or your sister's going to hell or you think they're going to hell, you don't have to say that or express that to them. And it's okay to try to reach out and save people and spread the word. Nothing wrong with that. But you can't force nobody. And intimidation is not good. That's not godly to intimidate people. You get what I'm saying? So, there was always spiritual. Everybody, knew about God. And I think that people saying that, you can have these deformed babies and, all this other stuff going on, but you can't, it's not possible for a man to be in a woman's body. I think that's limiting that's limiting his ability and it's disrespectful to his, what he can do. Do you need to understand why he would do that? Because it ain't in that Bible? Because it's not in that Bible. Because all that stuff is, because it's not in that book that y'all run to. You know what I'm saying? Him putting a man in a woman's body, it's not in that book. So it's not, and then that's another thing you telling me God can't do things different. He got to keep going by that book. He can't switch it up a little bit if he want to. That's basically what they saying. It's God. No, he gonna stay, on point with this book. He wouldn't do that. He'll make a baby with two heads. That God created you. You beautiful, baby. That's what they say. Those be the comments. But that man that thinks, that feel is in a woman's body, he wouldn't have done that. Same reason them two people are stuck together is probably the same reason that man in that woman's body. Same reason. But you don't ask because it's disrespectful. But because you can't explain it and come up with a reason for it, don't mean it's not possible. Yeah, some gays got raped and, some gays were getting touched by family members and, it was a product of their environment. But that's not so for babies. And again, some religious people, they don't have an answer for that. That 1-year-old acting like that from birth. They don't have an answer for that. They just don't. So it's demonic. It's a demon spirit on a baby. No. God has been accused of some cruel things. So, over the past, I kind of understand a whole lot of the stuff. A lot of people don't understand a whole lot of the stuff, the Hitler and the Holocaust and stuff. My beliefs is, what I'm saying? A lot of it is about learning. We are here. Earth is a spiritual school. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe, we sleeping and, Jesus coming. None of that stuff. I'm just going to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I think that, we are here to grow spiritually. And then we move on. We don't die. We ain't in that ground waiting on nobody. I think that we move on just without our physical body. and our journey continues to whatever. I don't know past that. But that's what I believe. And yeah. So, just because, people don't understand stuff doesn't make it always demonic. And because it ain't in the Bible, you know what I'm saying? It's not so. You basically limiting God. You limiting him. You basically say what he wouldn't do. And then you contradicting yourself because it don't make no sense. He'll do this over here, but he won't do this over here. Don't make no sense. Why would he do that? Why would he put that man in a woman's body? He can't, go with another man and make kids. They can't create. The Bible said they're supposed to create. Okay, leave that alone. Man and woman, leave that alone. That's not why he did it. For the person to go and have sex with another man, and that's probably not why he did it. I'm just guessing. I think a lot of things are learning experiences for us, and it's also important to understand everything that happens to you or around you is not about you. Sometimes your sister might need a lesson, but something has, God may use you as the teaching tool. Sometimes your cousin might need a lesson. Somebody you work with might need a lesson, friends or something, Everything that happened to you, it's not about you. The Holocaust, and see, that's where, religion is, they don't really explain that, All they can say is Hitler was evil. He was a demon. Okay, we got that part clear. But then when somebody goes, why did God allow that? That's when they shut up, them religious people. The Holocaust was to teach us to not praise man, not idolize man. That was a lesson. And it was a very expensive and painful lesson. Yes, all lessons aren't painless. Lessons, life lessons will be painful. And yes, slavery was about greed. Greed. The very powerful lessons. It's hard for us as humans, to even accept that type of loss. The scale of it is ridiculous. That type of human loss, and all of that. But all those that died in the Holocaust, slavery, all of that, trust me, God took care of them very well. They were tools. And these are just my opinions. Religious people they don't touch that. Stay away from that. What happened with the Holocaust? Why did God allow that? You know what I'm saying? They don't touch that kind of stuff. I don't know. Well, why did God, you be kind of confused. And, you have to just understand stuff. Sacrifices. I talked about that in another video. Yes, sacrifices. And God is big on that, I believe, because it shows, it shows your, how dedicated you are. It shows dedication. Sacrifice shows dedication. So, that's just what I think. Now, I know a lot of people probably ain't gonna like it, and this and that, and people think it ain't no God and stuff, and that's fine. You just have to be stupid to believe there is not a higher power that created all of this. You know what I'm saying? The skies, the heavens, it's just stupid. Big Bang is stupid. You know what I'm saying? We just happen, and everything fits perfect, and it keep happening and fitting perfect because it's just no. You know what I'm saying? There is a higher power. No, you don't have to believe it. I'm not pressing nobody to believe it. And I identify as spiritual, not religious. I do like religious people, some religious people. I have met some very wonderful religious people, but I just don't, I just believe in a higher power. I, try to live my life right best I can, treat people right. And that's where I'm coming from with mine. I don't get that deep into, don't eat this, don't dress like that. You got to go to this building. You got to go to that building. Respect the higher power. Something created us. We were created. And that's all I wanted to say on that subject. Yeah, I just wanted to say that, and that that's about it. Um, I hope you guys enjoy my video. Again, it's opinions. These are just my opinions, and I don't know anything factual, just like others do not. My videos are not to discredit, or be disrespectful or anything towards anybody or anything. These are just my opinions. And this is Ever Be Spooky Girl. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.